talking about concept album, could you pick up the best concept album of all time?
God, I don't know.
The one record that, what was the record that Jesus recorded for all his apostles?
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Jesus Christ Superstar. The one that, the record, actually that's not right. The record that God recorded, that was a good one, right guy? Right? Come on, good luck, good luck. Jesus did a good one. Moses did a Muhammad. His record was banging.
Yeah.
Muhammad's record was banging.
The little horse.
Yeah, the one with the little horse where they're eating lunch with God and shit. And Vishnu, let's not forget Vishnu. Vishnu had a bitching record too, man. Just because he has a trunk, yeah, the elephant sounds on it. There's field recordings and shit. All those blue women. It's cool, man. Four arms and shit. All those guys. I don't want to pick one over the other because we don't want to upset any of them, you know. But Lucifer had a
pretty good concept out.
It was. His wasn't so popular, of course. We saw it didn't get as good record sales and everything, but we all know what that means. People in time will really understand this work to be something phenomenal. So yeah, Vishnu, Lucifer, God, Jehovah, Jesus Christ, Muhammad, Buddha, the Siddhartha and Buddha. When they collaborate, when they split up, then I don't think you're such a fan either, right? Not such a big fan when they split up, but the first record was good, and the first 7-inch, we really like the first 7-inch because, you know, we're stuck up like that.
And do you think they got problems with the download thing and stuff like that?
You know,
People have been downloading God since
for a long time, yeah.
You know, pay him.
Yeah, pay him already.
God.
You know what I mean? Pay Muhammad, pay all this. Luckily, dudes like Vishnu, you know, and these other more open-minded gods, they don't seem to care so much, you know. But only time will tell, really, with their work. You know what I mean? So it's.
Lucifer's going to release a Napster-only release, so.
And I've heard really horrible stories about people who crossed him, you know, and didn't pay, you know. So I always pay for those records. When it comes to the records that those dudes make, I always like to pay for them, even if I can't afford it.
That's great. That's great. did a cover of Silker Jerks for download only. How much has been important for you that scene, for your sound, and the whole scene of Silker Jerks and maybe the first hardcore band?
Well, punk rock is our roots, so we should start by saying these are our musical roots.
But there's a deeper attraction for once you grow up and you get past 15 or 14 years old, you realize that stuff is great too, but then there's like Red Cross and there's Flipper,
Yeah, Flipper also did a reunion right now.
Yeah.
And this is just one of many songs. We're doing a couple of covers albums, so this is just one end of the spectrum. There's Silker Jerks, there's the Nick Drake song, there's the Birthday Party, there's Bad Brains, there's a song by Ismael Miranda and Orquesta Harlow. So it's just one spectrum of what our roots are and things that have inspired us.
Dusty Springfield.
Tell us a little bit about the Goliath spirit. I know there's a whole long story.
It's 3 people in one. It's a male spirit and 2 female spirits.
Okay.
Essentially.
Yeah. And what happened when you went to Jerusalem?
Oh, he went.
Yeah.
And
I went and I just brought back these things as gifts. For me, there wasn't anything out of the ordinary of it at the time. I was traveling. I'm a pack rat. I collect things, and it's just something that I bought for Cedric that I thought he would love. I had no idea, A, that he would actually want to tamper with it, given our understanding of things like that, and B, I had no idea that it would evolve into what it did. So
I think it's definitely harder than collecting stamps or stuff like that when you find those kind of things. Yeah. Do you like mind games or games in general? About we saw the puzzle on your website. Are you fan of that thing?
Oh well, that's the label. That's the label wanting to come up with clever.
Oh, okay.
The puzzle was,
Yeah, the puzzle was.
But we like games. We like big games though, not the little ones. Little ones are for kids.
Okay.
Jenga, Yahtzee.
But everything's a game. Playing music's a game. This is our playground. This is where we play and have fun. Speaking is a game. We have word games. We have games behind closed doors.
Okay. The last question. The writing process is quite complex in your song. When you realize the song is over, when God got angry, maybe. Stop that shit.
Stop that. Now, a song, a record, a project is never over. It's never really over. At some point, you just abandon it. You decide to stop because you see, like, I'm not. You just keep changing it because your tastes are always changing. What you think is good, what you like is always changing. So eventually you just realize, fuck, it's been 2 months or whatever, and you think it's close enough to what you had in your head. And when it's close enough to where you could feel happy about it, then you stop. But it's never really over. You could keep working on these things forever.
And when this feeling comes to the live set, when you realize you have to stop, when you see people dying or something?
When we're dying. It's usually when we're tired and...
When someone stage dives and we know the song is over.
Okay. Thanks very much,
Para los que
guys.
saben, él no es Chucky. Bueno, sí es Chucky, pero normalmente le dicen Cedric. Y yo soy Omar. Y somos de un grupo que se llama The Mars Volta. Y tú estás viendo Rock TV.